Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 747. Where do you write? There's Stanley. We just came back inside from a walk and breakfast, so he's good and sleepy. Alright, where do you write? This is an extremely personal decision, and it goes with know yourself. What do you like? What works best for your psyche and your mind so you can focus on the page, which is right behind you here because you can't see it. Anyway, focus on the page. So know yourself. Do you like people or not? Do they interrupt you or do they help your flow because of the miasma of conversations and visual cues and oral, as in the senses? How do they affect you with the sound, sight, smells that you interact with if you're at a cafe or if you're someplace else where there's people? Does that help you or hinder you? What about the ergonomics? How are you sitting? How are you comfortable? How are your hands doing? Are your carpal tunnels there working like they're supposed to without any extra strain? What's working for you? Do you dictate where you walk, but walk in an area where there's no people, some people, traffic, no traffic? What works best for you? Know yourself and you win all the battles, as Sun Tzu might say. What kind of lighting works best for you? These are special blue blocker glasses for the screen so I don't fry my eyeballs. As I get older, things aren't as in focus as they used to be. So, even with new glasses. So, blue blockers to help the screen, to protect your eyeballs, UV protectors. What about sunglasses if you're outside, if you're writing outside? Can you see your screen properly? What about those things that affect your actual interaction with the screen? And then, of course, your keys. How do those work? Where does the keyboard sit? I write about half my words on the couch with the keyboard in my lap, and that's only okay. I don't prefer it. However, Stanley has to get his couch time, and that means I got to be out there too. So I get about half my words that way. What about nature? How does nature work for you? A cave is natural, and so is marijuana. So how does nature affect you, and does it work better for your psyche or not? So do you sit on a porch, a glass-enclosed porch with nature behind you, or are you in an urban environment where you can't do that? So maybe put on a screen on your TV. You could put a nature show or something, turn down the sound, turn up the sound, whatever works for you. But find what works for you, because it's a very personal decision. You find some people who write whole books in a coffee shop. If you can't do that, don't force it because, hey, my favorite author writes in a coffee shop. It's cool to go down to a coffee shop and write because it's just cool. You're an author. You're authoring. You're interacting with the coffee shop. You go there often enough. So I go to Bagels and Brew here in Fairbanks and wave to the good people who work there and take good care of me when I come in. And it's a great environment to be in to already be a successful author, as opposed to working your way up where I'm going to do that at home, where there's not as much risk that somebody might recognize me. Heaven forbid they do that. So what works best for you? So get a few words here, a few words there, but where do you get the bulk of your words? Where is it most comfortable? Check your lighting, check your what is impacting your senses, sight, sound, smells. What is the ergonomics? Ergonomics is the big one. Because if you hurt your back while writing, guess what? If you try to keep writing like that, you're not going to write well. Because if your back hurts, all bets are off. Do you write well in bed? Sitting back, all punched in pillows and blocked up and nice and comfy. I cannot. I absolutely cannot write sitting in bed. I can't. It doesn't work for me. But it doesn't mean it doesn't work for you. So take care of yourself. Find that place and exploit the hell out of it to get the most and the best words that you can get. Peace, fellow humans.